Welcome back, trainers, and today we're going to be taking a look at Shadow Muck. So we've used this before. It's a pretty good Pokemon. It has some really good coverage with Poison Jab, Thunder Punch, and then Dark Pulse. We're going to be pairing it up with Shadow Gramble for this first match, but then after that we're going to switch that out for Charizard. I know it's like a really random swap there, but the whole time we're also going to be having Umbreon alongside it. 100% IV, level 50. Yeah, I know, but I just wanted to use it. I haven't used it this entire season. I've been holding off, but we're going to go ahead and do that. So Muck did perform great with that Thunder Punch and Dark Pulse as well as Poison Jab. It has great coverage. If you land yourself going up against say a Charm user, at least you can go for Thunder Punch, while that Poison Jab shadow damage is just going to be really digging into it. So you don't really have to rely on some sort of charge move that's going to be super effective to a fairy. Your Poison Jab is basically doing that for you. And of course, Umbreon, it's just going to be Umbreon tanking everything, dishing out some pretty consistent damage along the way. So let's take a look. We have some pretty fun battles. If you do enjoy this content, don't forget to hit that like button. It really does help me out. And when I'm done with this video here, or at least while it's processing, I'm going to go ahead and make me and my son tacos de papas, if you've ever heard of that before. It's basically replacing the meat and tacos with mashed potatoes. It's going to be good. It's going to be my first time making it. Anyways, taking a look at this battle here, we're up against a Jellicent XL, and we're in a good position here. We can go Dark Pulse, we can go Thunder Punch. We're letting that Shadow Ball go through because we do have Umbreon in the back. Getting into this commentary a little late, or at least this battle here, and we're going to be able to take the win up against that Jellicent. All right, so now we'll go ahead and get into this. This is just another example for the people that say, well, if you can't come back from a bad lead and swap, then you're not good. Okay, now that's nothing against the trainer there. It's just, no, you can't. Sometimes you simply just can't. Okay, so into the real commentary here. Let's go. So we have a Venusaur lead. This is okay. The thing about Venusaur is, well, Frenzy Plant is just so scary. Don't really want nothing to do with it. So we're going to be retreating into a Muck here. They're going to be swapping into an Ampharos. We're going to go ahead and throw that Dark Pulse. And something to note is the Venusaur does have a bunch of energy, and this is actually very perfect here. Now, of course, we knew they were going to probably swap when we bring in our Muck. We do have Charizard lying in the back. The Gramble is out of here. We're not using that anymore. All right, so we're getting that through. Unfortunately, they didn't use a shield, but that's okay. I think I do shield this up so we can win the swap advantage here. I will sacrifice his shield. Also, we do have energy for a charge move. Bringing in the Venusaur. This is going to do a lot of damage, neutral damage, without any stab, because this is not the Alolan Muck, right? Because it is going to be banned from the remix, and this is the remix. All right, so we're going to instantly swap into our Charizard, bring in the Charizard here, and they are swapping into an Articuno, in which this is going to be a good thing for us, unless they do hit Ancient Power. So we're going to go ahead and swap to catch with our Umbreon. Honestly, it was a little unnecessary. I could have just shielded up, but I just decided to do this here. So we got some nice lag going on, and I'm going to show you something that happened earlier to me. And again, I want to make this clear. I'm not going to say, oh, well, I think the person's suspicious. You know what? From now on, we're just going to say it's the server, okay? That's as simple as that. But what did occur is not the whole minimize screen. They're not attacking. I think they just basically gave up here. But we're going to see what happens to me in a later battle where I'm up against an Escavalier with my Charizard. I swap into it as they swap into it to counter them, and I can't attack. So I'm sitting there with one of the hardest counters to an Escavalier, and it's literally countering me down. Eventually, I'm able to start attacking again, and I'm not going to spoil if I win or lose that. You'll see. But anyways, next battle here, we had some stutter of a lag. As you see, the energy just randomly built up there. That's okay. The servers are really weird lately. I mean, but what's new? So this Flygon is really holding on to its energy here. So hitting us with an Earth Power, doing a pretty good amount of damage. And I do believe we will shield this up, if I recall correctly. Yeah, so why am I shielding that up? Because I kind of just want to put on a little bit of pressure here. I know I'm going to be able to win this matchup. I'm not even hitting all the bubbles, but they shielded up anyway. The bubbles that I did hit, we're going to take it out, so whatever. And they're actually surviving, barely getting off another Earth Power, but we're going to be able to get off a Foul Play. And what the Muck doesn't want to see a Flygon, so that's good that we got that out. We're seeing a Magnezone here. They're not going to be able to spark us down, so basically they're going to use their energy before we do enter in, and I do believe we want to go in here with our Charizard, and we're just going to town here. Already doing over half with the Umbreon. Going to easily let this go through. Definitely a mirror shot, but they certainly do have energy left over after that, as you can see here, and I'm just going to say this is a wild charge, and we're shielding it up, and that's exactly what it is. They're going to swap into a what? Crobat. So we're just going to go ahead and stay here for a minute, throw the Dragon Claw, maybe we'll get a shield. No shield. All right, should have went for Blast Burn. So we are shieldless at this point, swapping into the star of the show, which is going to be Muck. Now this is a pretty good position to be in, actually. Sometimes I kind of forget that it's not part dark, and I'm, always think, oh yeah, dark type, I can resist it. Oh yeah, nope, just poison. So we're taking a lot from the Shadow Ball there, but we're surviving. In comes the Magnezone, and I go for Thunder Punch. It's not very effective, but yeah, I just want to get that last shield. Perfect. At this point, I don't even think we need to actually use a charge move. We're just going to come in and Fire Spin down here. But I swear they would have had a Wild Charge, but we're able to take them out with one Fire Spin. And we're into the next battle. So I will be leading with Umbreon the entire time. I did have the team sorted differently, but I just felt this worked better. So we have a bad lead with the Escavalier. We're going to go ahead and swap into our Muck. This is really not much better, to be honest with you, because of the drill run. So now we're taking super effective and forced to use a shield unless we wanted to go down. Now I know I would have survived a little bit, but they would have been able to farm us down, and then they have energy when we come back in with Umbreon, or at least Charizard. So we're going to go for the Thunder Punch as they do swap into their Muck, and they caught a very nice move there, so good on you. So unfortunately we're getting to the Dark Pulse but not able to hit it, and I'm not going to shield up, but we're still looking pretty good because we're going to easily be able to come in here with Umbreon and wall this thing here. Now one of the reasons why I say you probably want Dragon Pulse is in case you run into something like a Snorlax, or I don't know, maybe an Umbreon like this. So let's see if they do have Dragon Pulse. You're going to see how much damage it does, and there you go. You're not going to be just stuck in the water doing barely anything. At least you can do some nice chip damage. So as they swap into the Escavalier, we're going to go ahead and bring in our Charizard. Is this the... No, this isn't it. Okay. All right, so taking them out. We're loaded. We have one shield, and we're ready for action. They have a Lapras back here, so we're going to instantly go for the Blast Burn here. And this is looking pretty good because Umbreon, it's tanky. The Muck is down. That was our kind of deterrent for water types, the Thunder Punch. So that's going to be pretty good for us, as well as the Muck being just poison. So it is going to have a nice resistance to fighting as well. And then also Charizard to protect the Umbreon from fighters, more likely Machamps. All right, so throwing in the Umbreon and instantly going for the foul play here. And at this point, it doesn't really do much damage, but at the same time, well, we're going to be pretty bulky. They're either going to have to go for, I don't know, like a Skull Bash, but we'll see how that does work out for them. But we're getting to another one here. Shields are down. And what I'm thinking is, yeah, they were trying to build up to that Skull Bash, and they're not able to make it. Bringing in the Giratina, and, well, we take the win there with quick moves. Good game. Moving on to our next opponent, Drapion. This is... it's not the worst. Actually, it's not too horrible. I feel like Sludge Bomb is going to be kind of a pain in the butt. So let's see if they have Crunch. So the reason why they're going for that is to try to get the defense drop so that they can probably just spam Aqua Tail, and it would obviously be doing more damage. All right, so this is kind of a slow battle here. I just keep hitting Last Resort, and what I was kind of waiting for was when we did get down to lower health, at least me, they may have tried to swap into like a Charm User or a Shadow Machamp to take my Umbreon out really quick with energy potentially. So I was constantly looking out for that. And if you're thinking, well, how do you kind of look out for that? Well, yeah, at the top you can see that, but they did swap as we were charging, so there was really no opportunity there to know what to throw. So it doesn't really matter. We were still landing the correct move, bringing in the Muck to just Poison Jab, Thunder Punch, and we take them out. Still 2 shields. Let's see what they bring into the fight here. And it is going to be that Drapion. So we can go for the Thunder Punch, no problem at all. But they're going for a Crunch, and no, you're not resisting it again, just the poison typing. So another Crunch would take us out. I think we're just going to go ahead and let it go through. And bring in the Umbreon. They're instantly swapping into their own here. So this is interesting. I don't know. This is going to be a very long, drawn-out battle here, folks. Charizard's going to have to enter and start getting off some Blast Birds and speeding the process up here. We are going to have a time up battle, and I couldn't, it was so crazy. You're going to see the health amount of each Pokemon, and I don't understand how it determined that, but anyway. In comes the Charizard here, taking control, saying, all right, time to do some damage here. And I figured, might as well put it up against this thing because, well, there they go, swapping into the Drapion. That's fine. We threw a Dragon Claw, which is okay. And we're getting a shield. Perfect. That's so good. Now, I'm thinking they have Aqua Tail in this thing, so do we want to shield this up? We kind of do. And then maybe farm down or not. Okay, yeah, maybe it's a little bit risky, and Aqua Tail would definitely take us out. We want to not waste that energy or maybe get a shield out of them. Instantly swapping into our Umbreon, going for the Last Resort here. It's getting a little close, but we have no shields. So, oh, wait, this is the battle that I was thinking of that carried on forever and it times up. Okay, well, here you go. All right, so At this point, I would win, okay, if I have two Pokemon. It doesn't matter if their Pokemon has 100% health and both of mine have 1%, I would still win, I'm pretty sure, because I have more. So apparently, I had more health there, and I take the win. Crazy, because Umbreon should have had more health within that range, at least percentage-wise, right? So I have no idea. Anyways, next battle, we have a good lead Giratina. They're swapping into a Machamp, and we're going to go ahead and bring in Muck here. I was running into a lot of these different swap-ins, and it was working just perfect for me, and we're looking good. Poison Jab is just doing a ton of damage, and this is going to be an easy kind of decision-making matchup for you because you don't need to go Dark Pulse. It's not very effective. Simply Poison Jab, Thunder Punch at will. All right, so we're farming down at the expense of a shield here, but that's fine. They're coming in here with Giratina, and that's great. We're going to go ahead and throw that Dark Pulse here, doing over half damage, about 70% or so. Let's see if we can get a shield out of them here. This is another Dark Pulse, probably not. Or we will. I mean, that's fantastic. We're going to easily bring in Umbreon. They're swapping into Zapdos. And I didn't get nervous, but I kind of tricked my mind, like, oh boy. But then I remembered, oh yeah, we have Umbreon. Okay, so we are shielding that up just to put on pressure here. We want to get that last shield out of them. All right, great. Now they're going to definitely be able to take us out. So interesting what happens here. They go for Drill Peck. Now I think they go for that because it costs less energy, right? And they thought I was going to get to a charge move and take them out, in which they're going to be taking me out. And that's perfectly fine. Going in here with Umbreon, they could hit me with a Thunderbolt, a Drill Peck. It doesn't matter. The Giratina is going to have some hard times. Even if they have a Dragon Pulse ready, I do believe it's going to be about 3 of those. And they're going straight Shadow Ball. So taking the win there and looking good. All right, so I really enjoyed this team. Muck's performance, great. Charizard, obviously, is amazing. I've been using it for how many videos now? And then Umbreon, it does not need any introduction at all. So we are matched up with a Machamp here. All right, we had some nice swapping going on, and this is where we're at. So pretty much same old song and dance. Going to go ahead and throw this. See if they shield. They're letting it go. Fantastic. And we're poison jabbing down, again, at the expense of a shield here. But at least we're able to win that swap. And they're going to be coming in here with the Gengar, which is great. We're going to go ahead and just throw Thunder Punch. Let's see if we can get a shield out of them. Dark Pulse. All right, they're brave, or they're just smart at calling. Very nice. So we're going to go ahead and let this go through. Shadow Punch not able to take us out. We're swapping for whatever reason. I honestly had no logic at this point. Just, I don't know, start building up energy with Charizard. They have a Shadow Magnezone in the back, which is just getting absolutely demolished by Fire Spin. Magnezone is already squishy on its own, so this is, you know, Shadow versus Shadow damage here. They're going to eat, well, is this going to be Mirror Shot? Well, they said, screw your Charizard. Oh, and then they... Okay, I remember that one. Yeah, they wanted to get rid of that Shadow Charizard. They say, yeah, and then goodbye. Hey, I feel you, man. I do it too. Sometimes I really do. I can't even lie. A Pokemon is extremely annoying. I know I'm going to lose, and I take it out, and then I let it back out. Hey, it is the truth. So we're going to be seeing wow, another one of these Machamp swap-ins up against my Muck here. So this one is going to be Shadow doing more damage. Shielding it up just felt like I had to, and it was a good call there. It was going to be Rock Slide. I would have done a lot of damage. Going for the Thunder Punch, and now we're going to be able to farm down. Fantastic. Again, at the expense of a shield. Bringing in the Drapion, and we're just going to go Thunder Punch, obviously, because, you know, Dark's not strong against Dark. They're going Crunch. No defense drop. They can't farm down, and they're going to absolutely have to throw. Now, what they could do, well, they're getting a little low. I don't think they can take the risk of waiting for me to get to another Thunder Punch. Yeah, so they're just going to throw right now. It is a Crunch, taking me out, bringing in the Umbreon, and they have a Sylveon in the back. I instantly swap into Charizard, and you know what it is. All right, so just going to go straight Blast Burn. They have to call this. Now, if they did shield that up, they would have been good. And if you're thinking, why didn't they shield? Because if I was going to bait them with a Dragon Claw, that would have done nothing. So they were just playing their cards, and sometimes that happens. Next battle, we're met with a Ferrothorn. So, you know, this is a interesting matchup. It's not horrible for us or anything, but Power Whip's going to hurt, and we will be taking this win. It's going to be very close, as you're going to see here. It can farm very fast with that Bullet Seed, and then, of course, that charge move does a decent amount of damage to Umbreon here. So going for another Foul Play, we're just going to, you know, hold on here. And, of course, if you're in this position, hold the line, right? That means don't swap, because if you're just, you know, drooling at the mouth to bring in the Charizard to just absolutely melt it away into a Cinder, what's going to happen is they're going to swap into a Water type. They're not, more than likely, let's see, if this team has a water type in the back to defend from fire. That, or I don't think they would have rock, because that would equal 2 weak to fighting. So there's your Samurott. There you go. That would have came up instantly when you bring in Charizard. So yeah, hold off. There's a little lesson for a battle that we didn't really need to explain. Anyways, now for this one we do. We're letting it go through, and it is Razor Shell. I was just taking a shot in the dark. Just going to see how much Hydro Cannon would do. But I said, oh, Razor Shell? Good call. And shielding up Hydro Cannon here. So at this point, they know in my head that they can bait me, or they can go for the big move. So we're going to let it go through. It is a Hydro Cannon, but we're surviving. They swap into a Mandibuzz as we throw the Thunder Punch, which is going to be super effective. We swap into Charizard because, well, we want to be up against the Mandibuzz as opposed to a Samurott, right? All right, we're just going to go instantly Blast Burn here, and we're hitting it through. So it is a GG at this point, because the Samurott's Fury Cutter is not going to be able to farm fast enough, and it doesn't have enough health. A Fury Cutter is massively resisted, so we're going to be able to spam these. And we have a shield left, so looking good. And also another Pokemon in the back, holding on with dear life, but nonetheless, it's in the back there. So shielding this up, we got the last shield. We're going to go Dragon Claw and take the win. Now, had it been Surf, obviously it would have been taking me out. Now, that is not to discredit this opponent. I mean, what kind of a fool would I be to say, well, if you had, Waterfall, you would have been better. And obviously, Fury Cutter, I go with that one too. I'm just hypothetically saying. So we have a horrible lead up against a Scrafty, swapping into our Muck. And, I could have went Charizard, but I'm banking on them swapping out. Okay, perfect. And it is in a Typhlosion, so this is good. Well, it's good that they swap, period. Right, so we're getting the Dark Pulse through. Big damage, while the Poison Jab is immensely digging into that thing. This shadow damage is just so OP. With the buff of Poison Jab, Shadow Muck is nice. Did you see my PvP IVs? Looking good. So we're going to just go ahead and throw the Thunder Punch here. And it is a Scrafty, so obviously that's what we go with. And unfortunately, they're going to be farming us down with not very effective counter, equaling them coming out of this battle with a lot of energy. So we're just going to go ahead and bring in Charizard here. And I was thinking about catching with Umbreon, the foul play, but meh. They're swapping into Crobat, so this is just perfect here. They can't go with Shadow Ball. More than likely, I would say 95% of people have Shadow Ball on their Crobats. And then, of course, the Poison Jab. So, yeah, we don't have to worry about that massive damage. They can't keep digging in with the Poison Jab and then the quick move there, but it's just not going to be fast enough for the pace of what we're charging at as well. So they're going for another one. As you can see, the Umbreon is just absorbing it. I'm farming up a bunch here. And I don't want to take it out. I kind of want to farm a little bit more, but they shield it up anyways. And swap into Scrafty. We're going to go ahead and throw the last resort here. And they do have one shield left, right? Yeah, saving that shield for some reason. And, well, I do believe we let this go down and we let Charizard take the... Oh, nope, that wasn't enough. Umbreon is just so dang annoying, isn't it? All right, we're getting a last shield swapping and, taking him out with Charizard. Looking good. Into the next battle here, folks. What are we going to see? It's a Nidoqueen. Now, this one, we've been on the other end, and it's not particularly the most comfortable battle to be in. If they hit you with a couple of Poison Fangs, then the Earth Power will easily take you out. So you got to kind of just be on your toes here. We definitely don't want to swap because, well, Muck doesn't really want to face that thing at all. We can go Dark Pulse, but it's a battle that I'd rather not have. So they're going for that. They're actually going to go Poison Jab the entire time here. And we're really digging in as well. Nobody's used a shield. We can survive another Poison Jab as well. Or Poison Fang. Have I been calling it Poison Jab? Poison Fang, man. And we lose that there. Wow. Did I say we were going to win? I'm thinking of another battle. Holy cow. Alright, so bringing in Charizard and Politoed. So this is horrible. Now, typically I would go Blast Burn. I don't know why I didn't. So that was a mistake on my end. Swapping into Muck. And what do they have in the back? A Mandibuzz here. So this is absolutely certain death. Sure, we're going to be doing some good damage there, but it's just not enough. They have 2 shields and a Politoed in the back. We're not going to be able to farm up. If our Charizard, say, had like 100 energy, maybe we could do it. 100 energy and like 80% of its health. Then we can pull it off, but let's just see how this does work out here. Let's fight it out to the bitter end, I suppose. So they're going for a foul play. I decided to go ahead and use a shield because, well, at least we got that Thunder Punch. I'm retreating and farming them down, taking them out before they get off a charge move. In comes Politoed. We're going to go Dragon Claw, folks. Are we going to pull this around? All right, getting that first shield. And I do believe I make a horrible mistake. Nope. Oh, yes, we did. Okay, so that was all right. There it was. That's what ended this battle for me. Basically, well, not being able to win. I shouldn't have shielded up Charizard. That was a mistake. I should have shielded up this because we have Thunder Punch here. We could have gotten off another one. Poison jabs in between. Possibly going to be enough. But since we didn't, well, we're going to be going down here. It was a good game. Oh, they go straight Earthquake. They said, get out of here. All right, good game. All right, so we're up against an Ampharos. Ampharos. This is fine, actually, except for you need to look out for Focus Blast. If they land that, it's not going to KO you if they're not Shadow. They're retreating with energy. We're going to go ahead and just bring in Muck. This was, maybe Charizard would have been a little bit of a better situation, but then again, we're Shadow. And Blastburn says, what, you're fire typing? Oh, I forgot. I thought you were just normal type because it still does whatever damage to you. They're letting that go through. We take them out. Again, Muck usually takes a shield, but it's going to be able to pull some wins for you here. Bring it in Ampharos. We're going to let this go through. Obviously, we don't want it. You definitely don't want to use this last shield right now. All right, they're using up that energy, and unfortunately, we're not able to get to the Dark Pulse. I should have just went for Thunder Punch, but, sometimes you get greedy. Here you go. This is the one. Look, I can't attack. What? This has nothing to do with the trainer. And they can keep attacking. That's totally acceptable. I do it too. I mean, you never know what's going on the other end. So what a bunch of load of crap for the server, right? So I shield this up. I bet you they're laughing like, yeah. My Escavalier is countering your Charizard Shadow. So they're bringing in Ampharos. At this point, I was so heated. And nothing against them, but I was thinking, I better win this. If this is a Focus Blast Umbreon, you better survive. Oh my gosh. So, yeah. What's it going to be? You better survive, and we do. Okay. And as soon as I got this, I was like, yeah, rightfully so. Because it was my battle. Easy. That just made it closer. So, yeah, that happens to everybody. Okay, there you go. All right. But we were still able to pull off that win there. Woof! Close one. All right, so we have an interesting matchup here. What we're going to do is actually swap into the Charizard. We are going to shield up one and then instantly swap afterwards. After we shield up one close combat and then swap. And the reason why we do that is because we resist all of the charge moves. Well, the ones that we know that we think that it has. So close combat's still doing so much stinking damage. They bring in a Jealous in here, and you know what it is. We've talked about this before. Just Blast Burn it, right? It doesn't matter. It has no discrimination. Blast Burn says, hey, I welcome all. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go Dragon Claw. We're getting a shield. We're getting a shield there. That's really big actually. So what we're gonna do is easily just come back in here with Umbreon. I guess we can come with Muck, but there's no point. We might as well bring in the thing that can just absorb anything that's going to be thrown at us. So we take them out, 1-to-1 shields, and they have a Galvantula in the back. I kind of spaced its name out for a second. And this is interesting, to say the least. This is not very effective, but I have to. Well, I don't have to. I'm trying to get a shield. They don't give it up. They swap. We're able to farm down, gain a little bit more energy that we needed, and we're looking good. Discharge will take us out, so it's all up to Umbreon here. But unfortunately, they do back out. They just say, yeah, I'm not getting to 2 lunges. And we take the win. They just let this go through. If you do enjoy my video, give it a thumbs up, folks. It's time to make some taco de papas. Take care.
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic!